And good morning, everybody. Rob Gearing here, the owner of the TL2I Cash Mailer, the screen that you're looking at right there, and leader of Team Massive Success. And of course, this is our weekly Team Massive Success meeting as Marcia enters the room. Hi, Marcia. So today we're going to talk a lot about Facebook. We're going to talk about social media, but we're going to particularly focus on Facebook because I've been getting results that I want to share. And I was talking with my buddy Chris, and he says, "Why don't you do a webinar about it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think that sounds good. You know, what is actually working for you that people can copy?" And I think people can copy a lot. There's always you and what you bring to the table, and then you take ideas from others and you blend it together, and that's how we win as Team Massive Success. So hopefully you will enjoy the proceedings today. But as always, let's log into the TL2I Cash Mailer. This is our signature program, not just an advertising site, but it teaches you how to market. It's a learning instrument, proper list building techniques, recommended income streams, a lot to digest for marketers. And we always want to stress that it is more than just a viral mailer, just way more than an advertising machine. So let's log in and we'll take advantage of our, oops, let's try this. We're going to take advantage of our level that we're at. You always want to be JV or higher at the TL2I Cash Mailer. Oops, I guess I already did my login spotlight. So, but we right now have an opportunity. I was hoping to show you the login spotlight and the credit offer. So if you're JV or higher, you get free credit offers that come up. So that's one of the incentives to get to JV, TL2L, or MSF mod level. We also have a login spotlight ads now available. So definitely if you go to your left-hand column and you click on login spotlight, you can choose your package. And I challenge my live crew to take care of that. And anybody watching this recording then see what's left over. I'm going away for a couple days. When I get back, I'm going to see what's left over. But that means they're going to see your page every time they log in. Every time the person logs in for whatever time span, you allot. That's pretty powerful. And the price is pretty cheap. You'll see when you get on the inside of that as we let Andrew into the room. Welcome, Andrew. So yeah, so that's really my TL2I traffic leads to income pitch for today. But I really want to focus on Facebook today. So I'm going to move over to Facebook. Okay. And let me minimize this. And okay. So this is my Facebook wall. A nice picture of my family, right? Tells me how many followers I have. I have 6,300 followers. You're only allowed to have 5,000 friends in Facebook, but they let you have as many followers, I think, as you want. So I like that. I think that's pretty cool. You'll notice that I have a blue check mark. So accounts with a verified badge have been authenticated and can be made of verified subscribers or notable persons or brands. I got into that because I was getting spoofed, like many are. And, I can easily tell people if it's not the blue check mark, it's not me. So it kind of lends credibility and adds a little bit of, power to the fact that you are serious about Facebook. You do use it as a business building tool. And, people are going to, I think, also see that as something that makes you a little better than some of the others who just don't think that's important. And it's optional. But again, how many times have we been hacked, spoofed, all this crap that goes on? And trust me, when you're blue check verified, you get extra levels of support from Facebook too. They know, here comes Frank. Welcome, Frank. They know who's who when it comes to that. And every business appreciates people that do put a little something on the table. I don't know if you guys remember all the people that said Facebook is going to be charging for using it, right? Well, that was what that was all about. And it certainly wasn't mandatory, required, or anything like that. But I saw the value and I jumped on that pretty quick. But look, take a look at your Facebook today. I want you to analyze and critique yourself. Do you have enough friends? Do you have enough followers? Do you actively seek out new friends. So when you friend somebody, you hope that they friend you back. When you get friended, you should take a look. You should always analyze you should analyze people that you're about to friend, and you should analyze anybody that sends you a friends request. It's really that simple. You get a lot of suggestions in Facebook. I don't know if that's going to show on my screen here. Um, this is basically my posts and stuff. There's various areas of Facebook, but you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It looks a lot different when I'm on my phone. But I look at those friend suggestions, people you may know, and why not be neighborly? Why not reach out? How do you think I built so many friends? Now, when I years ago, I was maybe too much. I was just everybody. There was no rhyme or reason. But then I refined the strategy. I started dropping people and refining who I add. So I use a more educated process when it comes to that. But you want to be social in social media. So if you only have 30 friends, like I think we can expand that base, right? And then when you're friends with me, I'm Rob Gearing, you then are presented with a palette of different opportunities. And this is how you really kind of get out there into all kinds of circles. I am friends with so many different people who are top marketers, from Joel Tyrion to Ken MacArthur to I think Russell Brunson's probably a friend somewhere from way back when. And not that we commiserate or have regular chats or anything like that, but it does lend again credibility to people who, if you friend them, they friend you back, right? And not saying now some of those people won't do it anymore because they've gotten too busy in their robust businesses, but they once started out like you. They started out just starting those first few friendships and networking opportunities and whatnot. So that's a little bit about that and friends and the importance of that. And your content on your profile, as you can see, I have my intro as owner of Traffic Leads to Income and online marketing consultant. I could also change that to life coach or something like that. There's my robgearing.com. So I have to make sure when I go to robgearing.com, is it congruent? What does my content look like there? And is it the gateway that I want to present, for Traffic Leads to Income or Great Life Worldwide or Got Backup, recommendations for people, learning about list building and learning about proper marketing techniques and getting advertising free or paid. What does robgearing.com have to offer? I do need to, I've got a pretty basic video that works on there, but it's a few years old, and I'm going to reshoot a new video because and that my script will be the words that are below that video because I've already edited my page. I just need now to reshoot a video. So we want to check for all these points of congruency. When we look at our about information, people are going to look at that. You can put your marital status. I have my phone number there. I don't care. Call me, text me. I'm a marketer, I'm married. So there you go. I'm not here looking for love, and I'm not here necessarily looking for just friends that, in general. I'm looking for ultimately people who I can learn something from, people who maybe learn something from me, great long-term business relationships that become friendships as well. It tells you about my educational background, where I live, and I'm good with all that. I'm totally good with all that, you know. So there you go, and it shows you that I've been with Traffic Leads to Income since 2008. That was when we hatched, I guess. There we go. There's the answer to the $1 million question. You can do the math from there. Now, then it's like AC and BC. There is the pre-Traffic Leads to Income, and then there's Traffic Leads to Income to the present. So I won't bore you with the pre-Traffic Leads to Income, but it's also an interesting story. I think I have it on a blog somewhere. If you dig through my blog and go a couple years deep there on a deep dive. I do reels, I do videos, I do a lot of pictures. I also have an Instagram account, which you can actually link the two together. So when you post on one, it goes right to the other. And the same, and I'm not giving you tons of Instagram material probably today, but it's all about pictures. And there are other strategies with hashtags and different things. We can cover someday, but my primary results have been coming from Facebook. So I'm not going to get into Instagram too much other than telling you about the relationship and how they are tied together. So what do I post? Well, I post a lot. I try to do a mix of business and personal, the best that I can. Now, so let me go find my wall again because I kind of got out of that a little bit. Shows you events that I have partook in. There's my friends list, music, places that I've done check-ins from, groups that I'm involved in. Groups are great. You should really have your own group while you're participating in other groups. So if you go to my wall by clicking posts, let's take a look at what my material is. Okay, so today I wrote add followers. Now write that down. Add followers. Now when you do, there's two tags that I've recently learned about. Add followers and add highlight. Now you can use them both together, but I've started breaking them apart. So I use add followers. You can only do that once every 24 hours. You probably get notifications that I've done something. You should be doing this when you're posting. You want your followers to see what you're doing, to get it right in their phone, unless they have notifications turned off. That's up to them. So I've been using add highlights. I put it down in a comment. I can go back to a post and put add highlight in a comment. It can just be add highlight. That can be the comment, or add highlight and then whatever comment I want to say. If I have a post that has gotten a few comments, I can put that down at the bottom, or even commenting to somebody's comment, and you'll get a notification. You better check out this post because he's got people reacting. Okay. So today's post just talked about watch the live stream, but we decided not to run a live stream. But rest assured, I will put the recording right smack there on that post. And then I'll put add highlight or add followers, right? Probably add a highlight. So that is that. 16 hours ago, I did the entrepreneur post. I took this from Shelly Faree, who's one of my good friends. She's a diamond level at Great Life. She loved that I took it. She posted it in the Great Life group. Now, I didn't share it. What I did was I just saved the photo to my camera roll and I repurposed it. I could have put, now, if you're really good at editing, you can use the Photoshop and the Canva and all that. You can put a link over top of photo. I notice people do that. Marketers want you to share their material, and the good ones will make it like, you know what, if you share it, you're advertising for me even more so. When you share, you're always helping that person. But when you repurpose it, you're, really kind of helping yourself. And you have to watch who you're doing that to, and and all of that. So the people that put their link on the picture will say, all right, go ahead and take it, but you're still advertising me. But if it's people who you're in a program with, who you are your peers, your upline, your downline, we're all learning from each other. We love that. We want you to get, what do we want you to get? We want you to get engagement. We want you to get signups. We want you to bring the awareness out there. Nobody's ever come back to me and said, well, Shelly didn't come back and say, what'd you take my thing for? We're not selfish people. It's a team sport that we do here. We're all here to help and support. And when we talk about engagement, we're talking about likes and hearts, comments, and shares. But again, I don't expect necessarily people to share it. One person did. They shared my straight up material. So that pushes me to more of a bigger audience. That's why marketers prefer that versus you just, saving the photo to your camera roll. But again, choose it's all about whose post you're looking at when you make that decision. I always use hashtags. I've created hashtag Team Massive Success for all of us to use to bring awareness to Team Massive Success. So, and right now it's a growing hashtag. So you've got to be consistent in that regard. You start one, you keep using it. You encourage other people to. And again, you start building. When I post Steelers material, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers season ticket holder. When I post a Steelers, like, they do the Renegade to get the defense pumped up, I do hashtag Here We Go Steelers. And I have a video with me and my son. I think it's on here that has, I don't know how many, it went viral. It went viral on the internet because he makes a funny comment. He goes, I've been waiting for this all year. And it was just so natural and fun. Last I looked, it had 4,000 or 5,000 views. And I looked at all the people who liked it, and they weren't in my friends list. Now I could go and individually friend each one of those, but I didn't. I decided not to do that. But it brought a hell of a lot of awareness to just me personally, and that had nothing to do with online business. It had no Team Massive Success hashtag, but it worked out pretty well. Let me scroll down a little bit more and see when somebody leaves a comment. Make sure that you give a reply to that comment, right? So this was a business kind of one with a quote, but I didn't really reference anything other than the hashtag Team Massive Success. Now down below, I love the Shamrock Shake. That got 21 likes, 9 comments, and started a little bit of debate. People say McDonald's is the worst. Chris left a funny comment. But I make sure I reply to all those comments. So really, this is just showing that I'm multidimensional. I am just a regular average Joe as well. I just happen to be a professional online marketer and coach, and leader of Team Massive Success. Let's go down to the next one. This I use the ad followers. So I think I took this from John, who's in my downline of Great Life. He's doing a great job in his social media, John Botting. So I use the ad followers there, and the Team Massive Success hashtag. And I'm looking for, sometimes I'll point people to the profile, but generally people, when they see something they like, they will look in your profile and see if there's a way that they can find out what you're doing there. That's why your profile that we talked about a minute ago is so critical, right? It's so critical. So this had 10 likes, 1 comment. Okay. Super Bowl pick, and I offered $10. Nobody got it. I think next year I may go to 25, 50, or 100, because the odds of somebody guessing the team and the score, it's almost worth hedging the bet to get more engagement. 21 like 67 comments. So you had comments on top of comments. So relevant. Use relevant world activities in conjunction with your business. Now, this one I said, ask me for the free tour. So I'm asking, either they may put it in comments or DM me. Sometimes I say DM me. I'm always mixing it up. This has hashtag Team Massive Success, and I went out and picked some additional hashtags: life-changing opportunity, life-changing products, hashtag life coaching. This is our esteemed diamond team right here, which you see Vicky's there. There's Susan McCook. There's Kurt. Who else can I pick out from this lineup here? There's Ellie. There's Frank. And there's Shelly, I talked about up in the top left-hand corner there. And that's all I can recognize here. But look at that great lineup of people here. Will you be next? Trust me, I had people asking for the free tour. How easy is that? Corporate lead capture page. There we go. Watch the video. Get involved in the hottest business of 2024 and probably for the rest of time. So how cool is that? Okay, what else? This was a video. So this was my live broadcast over from last week over to Facebook. So using Zoom, I can do webinars and then live stream directly. Be a spillover creator, not a spillover waiter. Now, this is on YouTube, and it just emailed out to YouTube this morning, and Michael Lipsy told me that he got it. So how many people am I touching on a given day? How many touch points? And my goal of 2024 is to influence one person every day. I think I'm doing that. Easy goal. I think I set the bar too low there, but it's okay. The point is content. Whether sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. I will be honest with you. When I have a dud post, I get rid of it. I don't want that to be left on my wall. I sometimes will take YouTube videos out that are old and irrelevant out of my stream. You want to make the best foot forward always in what you do. So this one, these don't get as much. This had 11 likes, 12 comments, so pretty good. Then I put an ad highlight here. So that brought people in. Remember we talked about the ad highlight tag? People will get that in their notifications. I didn't use an ad. I did not use the ad followers there. Okay. How about this? This has been a good one. Yeah, I just put it out there. You know what's crazy? I made platinum at Great Life in less than 30 days with 9 upgrades. At Live Good, I needed 100. What's up with that? I'm actually out of Live Good now. So now I can say I'm a former Live Good person who's completely converted over. to Great Life, and I'm going to try to behave myself. But I think that comparing two opportunities and saying one, it's just facts. By the facts, one is superior to the other should not be, oh, you're being negative, you're being controversial, you're being, no, I'm stating facts. Now, to say live good sucks or something sucks, that's wrong. But if I say it takes 100 people to get platinum, 100 paid members to get platinum at Live Good and 9 at Great Life, who's going to get mad at me about that other than somebody who is not open-minded to seeing the writing on the wall, literally? This one got 36 likes, 29 comments. And again, you got to come in and you got to reply and engage. I'm going to go a little further, then I'm going to talk about some further engagement that happens here, because I've only given you a piece of the story. Now we're back to business again. This is an add followers. This talks about the great comp plan of Great Life via a chart. And that got 10 likes, 9 comments, and 1 share. Now this is just recognizing new members that come in. Then I talked about in early spring when I learned what the groundhog had to say up in Punxsutawney. That one got 15 likes and 40 comments. And then a little picture about Great Life products that I showed to my followers that got 11 likes, 14 comments. And the famous quote that's all over the internet now, be a spillover creator, not a spillover waiter. You can use that. You can use the hashtag Team Massive Success. You can reference that back to yourself. And I think that's going to, I'm not going to go any further down because you get the idea of the mixture of business and personal, and they're all getting engagement. But why is that? Well, it does again start from, you need to have people who are followers of yours. And then once you build that following, you should have the right framework. So I think if we're going to do an order of importance, get your profile set and all of that stuff, build your following. And as you're building your following, work on your content and follow my tips today. And I think you'll be fine. Now, when I get a comment or a like, I will bring them over also into here, into the Facebook Messenger. Okay. So let's just see. These are groups that I'm in. These are individual conversations. And I don't want to embarrass Mike, who's my latest Great Life guy, but I'll show you. I mean, there's nothing confidential here. Mike asked for info based on one of those posts, and you saw some great ones, right? I knew Mike. I didn't really, I'll be honest, Mike and me have been friends on Facebook, but we really haven't engaged a lot. So people will, they're in your stream, but it takes something to bring it out when they see the consistency of what you do and the success. So this wasn't necessarily recruiting. Mike came to me and said, info. If we go back up to the top, if we can find the beginning, and he's from Australia, he signed up and is a Great Life coach right now. He's a life coach for us and already has paid people underneath him. So let's just see. Hey, Mike, how are you? Doing great. Thanks. I think we did have an earlier engagement a long time ago. I had also sent him a message when he engaged one time with me. I said, appreciate you engaging with me on Facebook. What's going on in your business? So I did a little bit of continuing dialogue. Open to anything new, maybe. I don't push, and I never do. He took a look, and he liked it. There it is, right there. It was pretty cut and dry. It was pretty cut and dry. I took the Great Life tour and kept asking questions, and then I drop audios. I drop audio messages. Eventually, I'll meet with somebody on Zoom. Eventually, they get into my team chats. There is no real secrets here to, well, what do you say? I just say basic things like, hey, thank you. Hey, thanks for looking at that post. How are you doing? How's your business? What do you got going on? You kind of get a feeling, for people who are really setting the world on fire, or people who are still kind of trying to get their feet under them and find the right, what we call forever home in their business, and the right tools and resources and whatnot. So it's just great. So there's an example. I did want to give you some proof that Facebook led in my posting has led me to the more information, DMs, and people who have not just taken, a recent tour into one of my businesses, but actually became part of the business. And that would be somebody who's a paid member. So that is a huge part of the strategy. Um, so you have to ask yourself, are you on board with this, right? Is this something that you can work into your daily routine? I've been on Facebook since 2009, and I really only become really consistently successful within the last few months. And I think it really was from, really looking at what successful people are doing, following tips and training that I've, kind of received, but definitely following successful people and being consistent myself then. They're consistent. What are they posting? You know, and like I say, it's okay to people that are in your network that you're literally working with, your upline and your downline. I encourage you to go and look at my Facebook again and see what resonates with you, and there's nothing copyrighted there, you know. And if one of my posts that you take and do your version of it creates success for you, then I've done a great job as a leader and as a coach and a mentor. So it's really giving you the answers to the quiz. But how many people, and I've been talking about this a lot recently, and I'm going to continue, and I knew it was time for a webinar about this topic. So hopefully you found this helpful. I think we hit, I don't think there was really much more that I was going to do here with this. So I'm going to wrap up the recording. Definitely, I thank everybody for coming. If you're here live, I will answer your questions, and we'll talk about that in a second. But it's been fun, and it's kind of fun to share Facebook and look at some of that stuff. Gives me motivation to continue my next post. And what am I going to do? And I'm going to get my ideas still from Shelly and from Chip and from many marketers out there that I can't even think of all the names. And some I don't maybe work as closely with others. But if you put something on Facebook, unless you copyright it, it's out there, right? And you can decide whether you want to do a traditional share or or save to your camera roll when it comes to pictures. But also, I think learning the skills. I'm not great at dressing things up. I have people that help me with some of that stuff, but getting some of those skills too. But don't think that you have to have the perfect skills before you launch this strategy. No, just start getting it out there, and I think you'll be very pleased with the results. So I thank everybody very much. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording now and take questions from the live audience. So to your massive success, and see you next week. Have a great, massively successful rest of your week. Thank you.